Cruz Senior Foreign Policy Advisor, Victoria Coates, is with me now on the phone. Victoria, thanks for joining me. What prompted Senator Cruz to make those additional comments here in New York City?
Hi, Deidre. Thank you for having me on. Well, I think this is a very dramatic day for our country and for this broader fight that we have against radical Islamic terrorism. And I think the senator wanted to make sure his message got out loud and clear that this is a fight that we have to engage in and we have to win. It's a very simple proposition. And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's a very simple proposition. We have to fight it, obviously, through technology and also monitoring. He made some comments earlier, the visa waiver programs, right?
Indeed. I mean, the way we are structured right now under our current visa waiver, if you had Belgian citizenship, you'd be able to come straight to the United States. That's something we need to look very closely at, given this wouldn't be targeted specifically at Belgium, but at the countries where they have a significant presence, that both they and we are doing everything we can to defend ourselves, from this internal danger.
So, Victoria, we know that Senator Cruz, and we just heard him there say that President Obama is clearly not doing enough. In fact, earlier he highlighted that the president went to a baseball game in Cuba. We're just going to play a quick soundbite here.
While our friends and allies are attacked by radical Islamic terrorists, President Obama is spending his time going to baseball games with the Castros.
So many have suggested that President Obama get on a plane, given what has happened to one of our allies, and come back. Is this what a President Cruz would do?
Well, President Cruz never would have gone to Cuba to pay court to Raul Castro and be a puppet at one of his press conferences and then sit beside him and do the wave at a baseball game. It's really, I think, outrageous. And so Senator Cruz, or as President Cruz, would have been in the White House where he belongs. Certainly, I think it would have been appropriate for the leader of the free world to return to Washington and not go to a game and talk to ESPN on a day of a major terrorist attack in which Americans were injured against a close ally. It's really shocking.
It is really shocking. That said, there are a lot of business people, and I'm not speaking about today in particular, Victoria, but in the general sense that Cuba is actually important for the U.S. to have relationships with. That is to say, business relationships. Hotels are looking to be there. And also to protect the Caribbean, if you like, from what many people see as a Chinese footprint that is appearing. $300 million between China and Jamaica, $200 million between China and other small islands. There's this kind of cabbage strategy that many people feel like the U.S. needs to protect itself from.
Well, I would certainly agree that we need to protect ourselves from that, but I don't see how funneling additional funds to the Castro brothers is going to achieve that aim. I mean, Raul Castro at that presser yesterday announced that we were going to have to give back Guantanamo to go on with this. And I think that this kind of relaxation of economic ties, absent any kind of political liberalization that would allow these funds to go to the Cuban people who desperately need them, is really a fantasy. So when you have Donald Trump saying he's going to build Trump Hotel in Havana, I mean, what he's pledging to do there is to give more money to Raul and Fidel. It makes no sense. So that's not something I think Senator Cruz would be terribly interested in.
All right, Victoria, we know you have a big night ahead. 3 primaries, 2 for the Republicans of Victoria Coates. Thank you very much. Joining me there, she is Cruz's Senior Foreign Policy Advisor.